right, welcome back to Sun Crypto. It is September 22nd 2019, 8:46 p.m. Eastern Time. Current price of BTC on BYBIT exactly $10,000 and 10,002, right? So we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to take a look at the weekly chart. We're going to talk about the 21 EMA, the RSI. We're going to talk about the daily, even the 4-hour time frame, because we're going to get a very volatile week. So we're going to see where could we be heading to, at least for the short term. We got two possibilities of BTC pushing to the upside up to 10.7 or breaking to the downside to the low 9K. So let's see what type of volatility we could be getting, like at least for the short term, in terms of in terms of price action, and see like how BTC wants to act this week and next week. So this yellow line you're seeing, we're gonna start off with a weekly 21 EMA. This yellow line you're seeing right now, it is the 21 EMA. So the current price of the 21 EMA, it is roughly 93.26. So it is moving very fast. And recently, one of my previous live stream, I showed you like this move, this triangle right here. We could be getting like the 21 EMA moving within this area of the triangle and support the price within the triangle, and it's going to be very confusing for most people once we get the 21 EMA moving into the triangle. So we could get the price coming down to the 21 EMA and then push to the upside, and then create a lot of panics because most people are going to be shorting as soon as we break out of this triangle. So let's keep an eye on the 21 EMA. It is currently 93.26. We got a high probability of retesting it, so I'm looking for some selling pressure from BTC, at least for the short term. The weekly, it is not looking great so far. It is only 45 minutes into the new week, and then a new day, of course. So let's keep an eye on 10,000 level. It could be the new ceiling, as Doug say, interest to crypto. It could be the new ceiling. All right. So for BTC, if like we break it, it's gonna be very tough for BTC to close above this 10,000 level again. It is gonna be very tough. We could be keep bouncing off of it and then finally drop to the downside. And regarding our Elliott wave count, we're still looking for a move to the downside to like a 7200 range. So this box in this area going to be our medium to long term target for BTC, which is roughly 7200, low 72 to 75. So that's where we're looking for BTC, at least in the medium term. I'm not saying this week, next week, or next month, but within the next few months, right, we could see like BTC dropping down to a low 7200. We've been saying it since BTC was like roughly like 11 in this range. We've been calling like a BTC dropping to a $7,000 level. We also got another possibility of even seeing BTC like to higher 5K, like a 57 to 58. But once we hit 7200 in this range, it could be very nasty. It could be very fast and very nasty. So you got to be prepared for this type of volatility, at least for the short term, right? So keep an eye on 7200. Once we hit 7200 within the next few months, we're gonna go back and talk about it, okay? But as you guys know, I've been pretty much very bullish when BTC was 38.88 in this range. I told you guys, we're gonna take it to the upside. That's what we did exactly in this area. The first week of June 4th, I told you guys we're gonna take it to the upside, right? And then right around this area of the 24th of June, I told you guys we're gonna drop down to roughly 10.4 to 10.7. We got that move. We push it to the upside, take it to the downside, push it to the upside again. Now we're looking for this final drop to the downside, okay? I'm exaggerating with this line. It's not gonna be like it could be, but it's just for drawing purposes. But I'm not saying we're gonna hit like a 4K anytime soon. All right, so you just got to be very cautious. Right now we're dropping. BACT is launched, has been launched, so most of you guys are very excited about it. So let's see how BTC is gonna react to this new exchange, and then and see how BTC is gonna be able to stay very volatile and try to be very volatile basically, and try to break this area of a 21 EMA. So let's move on to the daily. The daily, as we mentioned, the 21 EMA now 9888 was our target in this area. We came back and retested but couldn't close below this daily 100 EMA, which is this red line you're seeing on the screen. That's your 211 daily moving average. So what actually that's 100, actually that's 100, so that's 100 EMA. So we couldn't close below it yesterday. Most likely this week at some point we're gonna retest it again, okay, which is roughly about like a 98.92. So if like we close below this 100 EMA on a daily, it is going to be very critical, okay, it is going to be very critical. The next major support going to be the 21, roughly the 21 EMA, which is roughly right now 93.26, right? We talked about it just a couple of minutes ago. So go back to the daily. So keep an eye on BTC to close the next few days to close below basically 9900, okay, 9900, closing below 9900. It is going to be a big short. Most people are going to be shorting it down to 93, 94. If you haven't joined our private group, make sure to do so, because you know, we got some big target in this area. We're waiting for BTC to retest like these levels. So if you haven't done so, make sure to at least join the public group. The link is under the description. All right, if you want to join the private group, you can also you know, join the private group. All right, so let me take a look at the chart room before I, you know, take a look at the lower time frame. So it is this triangle going to be very interesting. As soon as we get a breakout, the breakout could be very nasty, guys. It could be a, you know, at least 1,000-point breakout. So it is not something to mess with it. It is coming shortly, okay, it is coming very, very shortly. So it is coming very shortly. We can either, you know, on the lower time frame, you know, we can get this volatility like BTC going up to 10.2 to even like as high as 10.7, you know, before, you know, breaking to the downside. We're going to talk about that scenario on the lower time frame, roughly around like the 4 hour, and then the hourly time frame. We're going to talk about that possibility of BTC pushing like to 10.7, but it doesn't have enough volume right now to do so. But it is something you can anticipate if you're bullish. If you're bearish, it is something you want to anticipate also to put some high orders just about 10.6 to 10.7. all right, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, because this pattern we got in this area, it is nothing but this pattern we got in that area. So keep an eye on these two patterns, which is in this area and that area. So you know, you could assume like you get your flat correction for the continuation, but BTC is very good at giving you a flat correction, right? But sometimes it can, you know, push very high. Okay, it can push very high and kick you out at 0.786, something like that. So just have to keep in mind we got three-way move to the downside already, but we haven't seen another three-way move to the upside. So this three-way move to the upside most of the time gonna pull back to 0.786. If you take a look at your fib level in this area, it is going to be exactly at a, you know, roughly about like a 10.6 to 10.7 depending on market volatility. If you're using BYBIT, it's going to be about like a 10.7 because BYBIT moves very fast. Okay, sometimes price action can be over $100. I would say like $60 to $70 above like a Binance price. So if you're trading on BYBIT, you got to keep that in mind. You just if you put in your stop loss in this area, you're gonna get kicked out. Okay, you're gonna get kicked out. So avoid like putting like stop loss too close also when you're using BYBIT. All right, when you're using BYBIT. So but it is actually, you know, currently it is bullish, but I mean it is bearish. But the bulls, you know, if they get the necessary volume, we can definitely push to 10.7. It doesn't mean I'm bullish. It's just like market structure is calling for 10. Market structure could tolerate 10.7. So I'm just telling you that we could push to 10.7 if you pretty much like want some you know, high prices before, you know, getting out before the big sell-off. Okay, you still got a chance to wait. All right, you still got a chance to wait. So let's move on to the 4 hour. So if you guys pretty bullish, you can let me know if you're bullish and you're waiting for BTC to hit like 11.7 or 12K, whatever. Okay, So we can take a look at it and see if like BTC can hit those numbers. So you take a look at the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour, we're basically getting the 21 EMA is giving us a tough time, and then let's take a look at the 50 volume. If I include the 50 instead of the 21, it could be the same. Not quite yet, but we haven't retested the 50 EMA on the 4-hour, which give us like a plenty of momentum now to push to the upside. The volume is not quite there yet. The 4-hour just started. Very bearish red candle. So I don't see like within the next 4 hours, I don't see like a big breakout. Okay, but as soon as we close this current 4-hour by the candle, we can get like some sort of idea how to analyze this area. But what I'm looking for is further sell-off. But I'm just saying like we can make this one-to-one extension in this area. One-to-one extension going to take us roughly about 10.2. You can anticipate a short position. Most people are going to be shorting right around like a 10.2 and expect like this move to the downside. All right. So as I said, we got 3 waves to the downside. We got a nice ABC correction to the downside. We got this one, but this is not even like 0.618 extension yet, so it can be extended. Just because you see in a red candle doesn't mean it's gonna keep dropping. Okay, we still can get a fake out to a 1-to-1 extension to 1.618 extension up to 10.3 just to complete this move and then further sell out. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. BTC is not that extremely bullish at the moment. We don't have enough volume to do any big move. Okay, I told you when BTC made this flat correction, this area, I said it in the public live stream. I said like you're going to be dropping. This is just a flat correction. On the daily, you can see it better. If you we talk about our Elliott wave count, which is our next topic. So you got your 3-wave move to the downside in this area. Let's move all right, we got this 3-wave move to the downside in this area, and then we talk about this another pullback, and then we got this move. We're looking for this move to the downside, right? That's the move we're looking to the downside. So it's not gonna be like easy for BTC to make this move to the downside, and then without like the proper volume. As soon as we get the big volume, we definitely gonna break the 10K level with like heavy volume. But in between, we're just gonna get some noise. Like these numbers are pretty much very irrelevant in term of like BTC dropping down to like a 7200. It is just gonna be a correction. If you take a look at it on the bigger picture, it is just a correction. And I said it like this: every wave gonna get 3 waves. So this one could be our ABC correction in this area for the C wave. Okay, for the C wave, that's going to be our B correction. Got A, B, and C wave down to this area, this low 7200. So we've been talking about this count for the last last 2 months. It is playing out perfectly. The only area of the only area we could be getting some surprise is just like BTC can still push to 11.2 to 11.5. I keep saying it. Just because we're bearish doesn't mean you have to ignore like the bullishness of BTC. We still got a chance to push like to 11.2 to 11.5, but we have to do it with enough volume. Without the proper volume, we're not gonna go anywhere. All right, we're not gonna go anywhere. We're not gonna go anywhere. So volume should be coming in very shortly. All right. We're going to talk about XRP next. So BTC, guys, we're looking for the low 7200 medium-term target. Short-term target, we're looking for the BTC to break this 10K heavily, or at least get a fake out to 10.3 to 10.7 before dropping to the downside. But overall, the market is pretty bearish. Okay, market is pretty bearish. It is nothing you can do. It is pretty bearish. All right. So let's move on to XRP. Regarding XRP, we're getting a nasty sell-off from the top. If you've been following this channel, you know we called for this XRP big move coming in very shortly when XRP was giving us this bottom formation, and then we anticipate XRP to retest at least 29 cents, 30 cents, right, give or take. We push as high as like a 32 cents, so that's pretty good. So now you take a look at XRP, we pulling back. Okay, it is nothing bullish about XRP. I said it before the push to the upside. It is nothing but a correction. Okay. I like XRP, but I warn you guys, it was just a correction. Now we sit in just about this area of 0.618. Next area to look for, if you're pretty bearish and you're shorting XRP, yes, you can look for 25 to 26 cents. But we're gonna need a pullback. Okay, I don't think this drop gonna be straight down to like a 24 cents. I wouldn't assume so. With this big move, 0.618 pullback, you're definitely gonna need like another pullback. So, but let's see how BTC gonna react. If BTC drops to like the mid 9500, which is our, we're still adding some more shorts because we know BTC gonna be is pretty much bearish. It's no need to long BTC right now. It's not safe. So we're pretty bearish. We're shorting BTC basically if you're in a private group. So you could look for XRP to give us a small U-turn and before giving us a C wave to the downside. All right. If you take a look at the lower time frame, it is kind of different because on the lower time frame you can see the waves, but on the bigger time frame you can't. All right, so you can see XRP give us this move, an 80%, roughly 80% pullback to 0.618. We definitely can look for the double bottom or like a 0.786, break this area of support, come back down and retest 25.5 to 26 before giving us a pullback to roughly 382 to 50%. Okay, so look for after this sell-off, if like we break to 25 cents, look for XRP to at least retest like in this range of 28. Either one of these are moving up, I mean not moving averages, but fib level. So but it all depends at what point we're gonna bottom. Okay, that's why you cannot say like exactly which one it is gonna bounce off. All right, but at some point it is gonna come back and retest one of these fib level. So if you want to get like some daily analysis, make sure to join the private group. You get all these data's daily analysis, price update, if BTC is bullish, bearish, which way we have to go and stuff like that. We give you like roughly two live stream a day. So recently BTC been very active, so I've been doing like a private live stream almost twice a day. So that's about it for XRP. Let's take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin, that's what we've been looking for. We said like Litecoin on my previous private live stream. We talk about Litecoin. We could be saying Litecoin. That's the same setup we got from our private group. So we said like Litecoin, we could make this move, double bottom in this area, and that's what we talked about on my on the public live stream yesterday, I think, right? And then we could look for Litecoin to retest like one of these fib level, okay, which is like 74, 75, and 77. So if you're shorting Litecoin or you want a long Litecoin, you got a nice area to look for a short, okay, especially 77 going to be very crucial for Litecoin to go back and retest it. On the daily, you can see Litecoin is pretty red, no sign of reversal, pretty nasty, right? Pretty nasty, no sign of reversal. The good thing about Litecoin, you got this selling pressure, price is decreasing, volume going to be coming in shortly, big green candle, could be followed by BTC. After BTC retests the low 95, could follow BTC, and then we could be looking for Litecoin retest 77. So but it is a good time to accumulate Litecoin down to like a 69 to 68 range. Okay, 69 to 68 range, you could be looking for a nice rebound from Litecoin. Let's take a look at 69 gonna be roughly below 0.618. Ripple, I think, retested 0.618, but Litecoin is lagging behind. So give it a chance either to make that double bottom and come back retest 0.618, which is 69. That's what we talked about during the public live stream a couple days ago. So I mean, not a couple of days, but yesterday, and then we could look for the 74 to 77. All right, so just like this, all right, just like this. All right, it's the same exact move as in terms of volume. It is the same exact move. This move, we could, you know, make this U-turn. Everybody gonna turn bullish again. All right, so that's what I'm looking for, Litecoin, at least for the short term. So let's move on to Ethereum. Ethereum, our support target we're looking for, it is nothing but 200. We talked about it when Ethereum was 215 on doing the private and public live stream. Ethereum is sitting right now just about 209. So 209. So it's not that bad. Let's take a look at the 4 hour. So 4 hour, we got a nice flat correction. So Ethereum is not going to push through. So this flat correction, if like we close below 206, we're definitely going to have to come back, retest this low 98 to 202 range. Okay, low 98 to 202 range, and get this flat correction and attempt to get back up to like a 0.618 to 50% pullback. So keep an eye on Ethereum. On the R side, we got this flat correction also on the R side, confirming like the bearishness, and then you know, once we retest 202 to 198, we can look for this 382 to a 50% pullback. So you take your fib level, that's too high, but you still get the concept, right? 382 to 50% up to 0.786. If like we retest 218, that'll be extremely a good sign of bearishness. If like we go back up to you know, 218 like very fastly. So that's about it for Ethereum. Back to when we live an hour ago. So you guys been waiting for like a BTC to pump, right? So let's see if BTC gonna be able to pump. All of us waiting for BTC to pump, right? But let's see if BTC gonna be able to pump. So it could dump first, right? Retest the mid 9500 before retesting the high 10.7, stuff like that. So, but that's about it for Ethereum. So we talked about Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP. Let's move on to EOS. EOS, we talked about EOS pulling back to EOS. What are we looking for EOS to do? EOS, we're looking for two scenarios for EOS. So I'm not really extremely bearish on EOS. Even when EOS was 320, guys, we talked about EOS pulling back to the $4.50 to $4.70, but we didn't quite hit $4.50. But I think that's close enough, right? We hit like $4.30, $4.20, right? Not $4.50. So we hit $4.20. So what are we looking for EOS? EOS is give us a clean wave, okay? During our last session, we said like EOS is giving us this ABC correction, and it doesn't look like a 5-way structure because most people are going to be looking for a 5-wave. So what are we looking for? We're going to look for the pullback. So this is going to give us a W, X, Y. So this Y correction could be a 1-to-1 extension of our W. It could be a 1.618 extension. So let's see. Right now, 1-to-1 extension going to take us like to 365. 365. And 365, it is nothing but our previous support if you take a look at it. And it is going to be 1-to-1 extension of this move. Okay, this move, 1-to-1 extension of it, it is going to be at 365. So let me get the arrow, get this move, copy it, put it right here. So you take a look at it, an extension of it going to be exactly at 365. It's going to be a 1-to-1 extension. So we're going to complete our WXY correction, which is 333 WXY, and let's see, WXY correction. We also got another count to confirm like EOS could be pushing to the upside, which could be a WXY XZ correction like this, push back up from this area and then give us this move. Okay, so we could make this move. So EOS is but whichever we do, the final target, it is not the final target, but the medium term target for EOS, it is going to be like 365. Okay, 365. Either you can wait for EOS to get back to 365, before taking a long position, a short long position, or wait for EOS to hit like a 3.9 to take a short position. All right, long position from here, short position from there. So but we're looking for EOS to retest 365. Current price of EOS 3.79. All right, 3.79. So you can see it right here. So but let's take a look at the daily. So because you can't see anything on the daily. When you take a look at the daily time frame, you can see a big bearish red candle in this area, and then you see big reversal. So that's very confusing. Okay, that's very confusing. But it doesn't mean like, you know, you cannot look for EOS to drop further. All right, it doesn't mean you cannot look for EOS to drop further. So we're sitting exactly at 382, and you know, roughly 365 going to be 50%, which is also going to be our 120 extension we talked about on the lower time frame. So it just giving you more confidence to say like, hey, I better wait for 365, because you don't have enough room on the R side to short EOS like you know, and go to sleep and wake up, right, and see a short green. So you don't have that type of room. So if you short it at the top, yes, you could have done that, right? We talked about this divergence in this area. When EOS was dropping, we said like we could get this big, you know, strong divergence, and we did get that divergence. So, but it is not time really to short EOS like and look for heavy profitability. But unless you're shorting it like with a low leverage, 2x, 3x, you can, you know, you don't have much to worry about, because, you know, we're not gonna, you know, break out like a 5K, 10K stuff like that. $5, not 10K. So let me take a look at the chat room. Hey, what's up, downtown? XRP. We already talked about XRP. Talked about EOS, Bitcoin. Let's move on to Bitcoin. If you guys don't have any other you know, alt you want to talk about, we can just wrap it up, call it a night, and then hopefully we're going to see some high volatility tomorrow. Most of you guys are waiting for some heavy prices, price action. Definitely we're going to get it, but which way, that's a big question. So if you want some price update, daily price update, you know, price targets, make sure to join the private group, or at least join the public Telegram group, join the discussion, you know, and then you know, we can talk about where could we be heading to, at least for the short term, in terms of BTC price action. Yeah, since back to BTC is dropping, you're right, since like 8 p.m. because we started the daily, we opened at 10:20, and then actually the high was 10:45. So on BYBIT the high was 10:45. So it moves like 20 points to 25 points up, right, since like back to you know, got launched, right? So but it's not moving, so you don't want to do too much in and out in this range. It is nothing you can do, so you got to avoid these in and out. So just stay tight, wait for the breakout, or you know, just, you know, have your position ready in these areas, low 9K and high 10Ks. So you cannot miss it. All right, if you get both side cover, you most likely not going to miss it. But you know, the overall trend, even if we push higher, it is nothing but a three-way move. It is nothing but a three-way move we're getting. So you got this 1, 2, 3. You got 1, 2, 3. So that's what you're gonna look for. Either 0.786 or could even double top, right? But I wouldn't wait for a double top. So all right, guys, you guys don't have any question, I'm just gonna wrap it up, call it a day, short live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy the week, enjoy the volatility, and happy trading. Thank you for watching.